All right, and we should be live. So I'm just gonna ping the Discord, the new Discord. There we go. Just gonna wait for a minute. Alrighty. Let's get started on this Tic Tac Toe project. Maybe like, yeah, name it that. So yeah, for anyone watching the VOD, I don't know if you're watching the VOD, but we created a Discord, which I wish I could put in the description, but I can't because I'm still not trusted on YouTube to post links. And what was I gonna say? So it's the invite links in my bio, so you can join in there. Feel kind of like out of sorts here. What the? There we go. All right. Okay. We're back. Oh wait, I didn't start the timer. My bad. I don't know how long we're gonna go tonight. Either. I have not decided. That should be all the markdown. Okay. So we could start with the markdown, I guess. Or actually, no, we could just do the thinking about how to implement this. So we could do the markdown first and then the logic, and then attach the logic to the markdown. Maybe that's a good idea. Or we could just do the logic by itself, right? Yeah. Well, let's just implement, yeah, we'll just implement the logic. So I think we'll return the board as a singleton module. Right. And then we'll just do like a trying to think about how to represent the data here. Board state, maybe. Array of arrays, TypeScript. Oh, it's just this. Then we'll do some, then we'll just return board state. Actually, we don't want to return the, we don't want to return that. We want to keep that private. So then we'll have some const get board state. Or actually, we could just do like get state, right? And then we could just do board state, right? Oh, because it's not assigned. Is there any way I can like initialize? I guess I can. So I can do const reset. I don't know how to name this. We'll do const reset board state. And then we will do for let I equals 0, I is less than 3. Oh, because it's, you know what? Board state is used before being assigned. Maybe I could just do like, just copy this 3 times. It's kind of ugly. Just keep it like that. We'll have a dot represent an empty space. Or we don't even need a dot. Just do like empty string, right? I don't even think I needed this dot here, do I? Probably not. Getters and setters, and then we'll do number, and then y number. Right. Well, there's probably like a bit. I don't know if modules have their own built-in. Getters and setters. Maybe not. Yeah, we'll just keep it the way it is. We'll just do it like this. Why am I getting errors here? Oh, because its values are okay. So we'll say if x is greater than or equal to 0, and x is less than or equal to 2, and y otherwise we'll return, and then we'll say board state x, y equals, oh yeah, right. Equals s, return. Oh yeah. Oh, that's for the type. No. Why do you want a comma there, dude? Oh, because it's equals. I have the wrong syntax. Now what? There we go. Okay. Actually, I think if I return nothing, then that works. Yeah. This isn't technically going to be sanitized because we could have anything as this S here. Actually might make these periods. Or no, we won't actually. No. So we have a get board state, set board state, reset board state. I move this down. And then what else do we need in a board? Oh, we can like check a win, right? Const valid states maybe. Type string is not assignable to type objects. Or is it valid states dot contains includes S? That's it. Yeah. Okay, good. Good. Okay. And then we'll do a win checker. Const check win, and then we'll say it needs to be a Boolean, and then we'll say return false. Okay. By default. There's probably an easy way to just thinking the most efficient way to check. We can do like a check horizontals, check verticals, and then check diagonals, right? So we'll do for let j or y we could probably do the horizontals and verticals in the same loop if I'm clever. We could check win on a symbol, right? Python brain. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm thinking we could have, there's probably a clever way of doing this. We could probably have 3 counters. Somehow, I don't know. Like the naive approach would just be to have 3 nested for loops. 1 to check for horizontals. 1 to check for verticals and 1 to check for diagonals, but I feel like there's got to be a better way. Or I could literally just pattern match it, right? Like I could do something like this. So for the X's, actually we want to loop through the Y's if we're doing horizontal. And then we'll say if board state 0y and equals s, 1 y equals s, and board state. We could probably check the horizontals and verticals at the same time doing this technique. Two. And then we'll do an OR. I is 0. Why do you not like this? Oh, because it doesn't like the OR being on that part of the... Maybe it needs to be here. What? Oh, it needs to all be in the same bracket structure. That's why. This expression is not callable. What are you talking about? What if I just ended it like this? Oh, yeah, okay. And then we'll check diagonals too. Whoa. I think we could just do the diagonals, the two diagonals as rote values. So 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2. Oh, what's up, the Game Boy official? That's all good. I don't know if you saw, but I did end up creating a Discord if you want to hop in. So hopefully that works. I spent most of today, well, I was kind of doing it in the morning and then a little bit after work. So if you want to join, feel free. There's like me and one other person in it right now. Sounds good. I appreciate it. I just thought it was, I don't know, I was thinking about it and I'm like, you know what, it would be nice to kind of get closer with some of the folks here and maybe chat about projects, help each other out, you know. So, yeah. You can see the stream quality is kind of iffy. Or maybe it's okay. I don't know. I might be dropping frames. I can't tell. Yeah, okay. It says like 100 dropped frames. That should be fine. I don't know. Cool. Okay, so then the other diagonal would be 2, 0, 1, 1, and then 1, 0, 2, right? Yeah. Cool. Right. So we've got the check win function now working. Well, I think it works. And then we'll actually have like a game manager object as well. But this should be everything for the board, I think, right? What else does the board need to keep track of? I think we'll work with it now, and then we'll add anything that I feel is missing. So we'll do get board state. Okay, well, we'll take a break for 5 minutes. So yeah. God, I gotta get some new music in here. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna make the executive decision that we're not doing lo-fi today. Because this music is not nice. I don't like it. Like, it's okay, but... let's get the rain back in here. Might need to turn the rain up a little bit, though. Yeah. Put it like there. Hopefully that's decent. Not too loud. Yeah, there's really, it's the kind of tough thing is there's not many good options for royalty-free music. I would make my own if I had the time, but it's not easy. I wonder if the auto timer I have on Nightbot's gonna work for the Discord, because I created it to share the link every 30 minutes, but I don't know if it's gonna do it. I guess we'll find out. How's it going, Bavia? Oh, sorry about that. Nightbot is a little intense. I still have to tweak Nightbot. It's a little annoying. Where am I from? I'm from Canada. I'm just taking a break here. I'm doing a Pomodoro. So I code and work for 25 minutes and then I take a 5-minute break. So if the timer is green, it means I'm on a break. And if it's like a blue color, that means I'm working. So yeah, it kind of just keeps my stamina. It lets me kind of do these 3-hour streams. I don't know if I'll go for 3 hours tonight, but probably 2.5. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna tweak Nightbot. Just a second. There's got to be a way to make the auto mod less. Let's see, limit caps. Or let's do like, I don't know. Let's do like 30 or something. Excess emotes. What? Yeah, the emotes are limited at 3. Why is that the default? That should be like... How many is too many? Like 20 emotes maybe? Or like 15? No, I'll go with 20. Yeah, links are enabled. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Am I in some tech company? Sorry, I didn't see your message right away. No, I'm not at a tech company, but I work in IT. I work in IT for a non-tech company. And that's all I want to give away because it's private information. So, but I work in IT. I'm not in software dev. I want to be eventually, but I'm doing this kind of on the side of my 9 to 5. So yeah. If you, I don't know if you've been here before, Bhavya, but kind of the whole point of this channel is to document my learning process for like getting up to speed in web development and, you know, chatting with the community and kind of creating a space where we can all help each other. So if that's something you're interested in, then subscribe maybe if you want to. You don't have to though. I hate YouTubers that like beg for subscribers and stuff. It's annoying. Right on. That's cool. Yeah, data structures and algorithms are tricky, man. I made a couple videos on LeetCode. I don't know if you've seen them, but I was like, I don't know if they're any good. So I haven't made any since. Any advice? Okay, my number one, having done a degree, my number one advice would be to practice as much as you can. Don't overwhelm yourself, but repetition and doing problems like, you know, back to back and stuff like that, reinforces concepts, right? And kind of you get used to, you see common patterns. Like if you solve enough greedy algorithm problems, you'll eventually learn how to spot a greedy algorithm problem from like a mile away. And then you can kind of just like abstract an entire set of problems. So if you know how to solve like a general category, whether it's dynamic programming or greedy algorithms or whatever, if you have that practice, you can kind of approach any problem that comes your way. And when you're practicing as well, force yourself to rely as little as possible on tutorials. If you already kind of know the concept. If you don't know the concept at all, then obviously like learn it. But once you've learned the concept, like let's say you're learning how to implement like binary search, right? You can learn how binary search works and maybe view some pseudocode and watch a demonstration. But once you've watched that and taken that information in, try to implement a binary search without looking at that. So it reinforces your own thinking through the process, right? That's what I would do. I don't know if that's helpful, but yeah. Okay, let's get back to business here. Okay, so I think that's all I want. Whoa. I think I just export them like that, do I not? Yeah. Cool. So now those are contained in the board, and then I want some sort of game manager object, right? How did I... Okay. So for the game manager, I also want like maybe a class of player, right? And then the player will be a class because it's not a singleton. And then it'll have two turn Boolean maybe? Oh wait. Oh yeah, it's just, you don't have to let, it's just a property. Okay, so turn is a Boolean equal to false. We'll set the turn to be false by default, and then the name is a string maybe. How's the job market and the pay? It depends where you are, honestly. Pay isn't great. It's not what it used to be, as far as I know. At least in Canada. I can't speak for anywhere else in the world. The pay isn't what it used to be, especially in IT. If you're in IT, like, starting salary is like $50,000 Canadian per year, which is like not bad, but it's not like great. I'm making a little bit more than that. I won't say how much, but it's not super good money in IT. But that's IT. That's not like CS. Like I have a buddy who works at a construction company actually doing software dev, and he makes pretty good money, like six figures Canadian. So yeah, it took him a while to get that position though. He had to apply to, I think, 400 places, which took like 6 months. And then I think it was like, what was his statistics were like 12 interviews, I think, or like 12 first stage interviews. So yeah, it's not great. It's not great. Okay. Constructor, we'll do turn, Boolean name string. This dot turn equals turn. This dot name equals name. Then the name can only be X or O, but we can kind of we're not going to enforce that, I guess. And then we'll do getters and setters for public get turn. How do the getters and setters work again? Okay, yeah. Public get and then we'll do like because if we set a turn, we want it to like toggle the turn, right? Because the turn is a Boolean value. It's either true or false. Like, can you have a setter without a toggle turn, maybe? And then we'll just do this dot turn equals not this dot turn. Yeah. I think those are the only functions we need for the player. The name isn't really... Oh, we could also do a getter for the name. But probably not really necessary. Okay. So now within the game manager, we probably want to have the 2 players in the game manager, right? Player X equals player or new player. Is it turn and then, so we'll say true and X, because X always goes first, right? And then player O. That might get confusing, actually. We'll do player 1 and player 2. Yeah. Sure. And then we'll do... Now we just have to manage the turn order, right? Alright, this needs to be false. Actually, you know what we can do? Instead of setting it up here, we'll just do that. And then we could do like a start game function. And then we'll do board dot reset board. Oops, reset board state. And then we'll start a turn. Oh, that's awesome, Bob, yeah. Building super efficient software like GPS tracking systems. That's really cool. What cool projects have you built so far? Have you built anything neat? Also, shameless plug, I have a Discord if you want to join that. And there's like no one in it right now, but I'm hoping to build this community and have we could discuss projects and learning and stuff like that. So if you're curious, you can pop in there, or want to like keep following what I'm doing. Okay, so let's do turn equals. I think we'll actually have the valid states be a global. I don't like that, but we could have it be a global. Hey, it all starts with a vision, right? It all starts with a vision. That's great. If you have motivation and you said you're a student, like that's awesome, man. My advice is to just keep pushing, keep going, make some great stuff, and keep that dream alive. Okay, so let's see. And then we'll wait for input, I guess. Oh, you know what we could do too is we could have we need a draw board function, right? Or actually, you know what? We could just like memorize it because I'm not going to actually implement the how do I say this? I'm not actually going to implement the console implementation. Well, I'm gonna implement it, but I'm not gonna like. It's not gonna be that important because I'm gonna shift it to the DOM pretty quickly. I'm just thinking about the best way to do this. Let's do const take turn maybe. Okay. And then we can take in, well, it has access to the current turn. So we can say console or prompt. Is it input? What's the console log function for getting input again? Input, TypeScript. Is it just prompt? Well, actually, we'll just test it. I think it's prompt, but student global scope. Okay, we'll just do that. I haven't actually compiled this yet. I probably should. Okay, we'll just do that. Oh, right, I need to make a config. Okay. And then we will compile it. Oh, what's the problem? Oh, come on. I guess we could just initialize it up here too. Right? And that gets rid of that. How is it possibly undefined still? If we like straight up initialized it. Or can I make it like a property? No. Bro. Oh, because of the type, maybe? No. I don't know. What is the problem? Object is possibly undefined. Like the board is undefined? Don't. Can I put like sizes in here, maybe? Type string is not assignable to type string. What? Do I want to do the question mark nonsense? I don't know. Let's see, TypeScript, objects, possibly undefined. think of this is necessary. I don't know. Oh, we could just do that. That's annoying. How does that not fix it? Or undefined? I did the explicit check. What is the problem? Oh, because maybe at that specific location? Why? Oh. Can't type. Okay, so I see. And then it probably wants me to do this. This will probably fix it. There's got to be an easier way of doing this. No. Object is possibly undefined. Why? No. You don't care about explicit typing that. Type assertion. Oh, using like the as keyword. What is the deal? Oh, because it's not. Is that how that works? No. You know, the other way we can get around this is just make this array be wait, like what? Let's see. Array, like, cause I don't know why it's not indexable with numbers. Like, that's fundamentally the problem. Now it's yelling at me because I can't index an XY position with a number. But is that not just how that works? I don't know, I'm confused. No. I don't know. We'll take a 5 and think about it. Hope everyone's Tuesday evening is going well. Gotta love explicit, strict typing. But the only way to learn is to struggle, right? So. We got a couple people in the Discord. Hell yeah. Also, if you're in here and you haven't already, join the Discord if you want. You don't have to. If thing wakes up. There we go. Nightbot. It's the last time I'll send the link. I don't wanna bug anybody about it anymore. I'm excited because I created the server like today, so it's kind of cool. I've actually never had a Discord server before, so it's kind of uncharted territory for me. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know about this typing. 2D array of strings, TypeScript. All right, see ya, Bhavya. Have a good rest of your day. Oh, I could do this too. I could just fill it. That's like a thing I could do. Oh, Jill, by the way, I made you a moderator because I trust you. So don't abuse it. But I figure you've been sticking around long enough. I made you like a community mod. If you don't want it, then I can take it away, but... and yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Jill. I'm talking about an issue I'm getting with the string array. Because it's not liking my explicit definition of it. So I might just I might try this out. I might use like array constructors. Okay, let's give that a shot. Oh, no, Gio, don't worry about being around, man. Like, I just, you know, wanted to, give it to you. Because you're like the OG member, so, don't worry about, like, actually having to, like, moderate stuff if you don't, like, I think the channel's still small enough that I could mostly do it myself. I just wanted to, it's like a status symbol, right? No problem. Okay. So new array dot fill new array dot fill with that. Okay. So that's fine. Hello, good morning, good evening. Well, it's technically evening for me, but good morning to you. Code with Cabral? Cabral? I'm probably saying your name wrong. I apologize. Cabral. Yeah, see, this, I don't know why this isn't... Just Cabral? Okay. Got you. No worries. You're new here? I can give you a little introduction into what we're doing, if you'd like. Well, I'm building a Tic Tac Toe game, but I'm wrestling with the TypeScript compiler because it doesn't like that board state isn't. It's possibly undefined, but I don't know how to. Like, I don't know. I could do like another well, I could just do. But yeah, this YouTube channel is all about learning web development and kind of documenting my journey. And yeah, that's basically it. Just live streaming, building projects, little projects and stuff like that. Pretty chill. Pretty chill vibes. Okay, I don't know how to do this. I don't know why this isn't. You only need to instantiate an array as true regardless of type. Because there's no constructor for IIFEs, right? Actually, I could get the board state at a specific X, right? And then it's also, the compiler's going to yell at me again. Yeah. Do I stream often at this time? Yeah, I do. I do. I stream usually in the evenings for me, so... Yeah, usually like 7 p.m.-ish to about 10 p.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time, which is UTC -5. So yeah. I just don't understand why this isn't... Like, what's the... Why is there a colon expected? Like, straight... Like, what do you want from me here? Maybe it just doesn't like the... Oh, because I have to return it. What is the deal? I don't know what's going on here. Oh, it's 2:30 a.m. Damn, man, you're up in the middle of the night, so you must be like, if you're 8 hours ahead, you're like, or not 8 hours, 6 hours ahead, right? So like Europe somewhere. That's cool. This dot board. Yeah, see, I was trying, I tried that, but it didn't work. Cause I'm trying to use the, Geel, I'm trying to use the IIFE pattern for modules, right? Which is kind of like where you have, it's essentially like a singleton object, right? Because I only need, if I'm making a Tic Tac Toe game, right, I only need one board, right? I don't need multiple boards, so there's no point in creating a class just for boards if I only need one of them. So I can use this module pattern instead, right? But it's, the compiler's getting mad because of this. So try this dot board. I'll try it. Yeah, see? And now the object is possibly undefined. Like what object? Oh, because this is possibly undefined. But is board state though? I have board as a const here, right? And then this is like, I can't do a const here because I mutate the state, right? I can't have board state be a constant because we mutate the state by changing the x and the y. I don't know. We'll figure it out though. Because like I don't know what, like these examples are just doing the exact same thing I was doing. I don't think IIFEs have constructors though, because they don't need constructors. So I don't know. TypeScript, IIFE, multi-dimensional array here. Yeah, like I literally just, like I did this. Oh, Nightbot decided to wake up finally. Suggested the Discord, that's fun. Oh, interesting. Okay, 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 okay. So do we have to do... That's so weird. Accessing an element directly. Console log. Yeah, that's what I did. We use optional chaining operator to safely attempt to access nested properties without causing a runtime error. So do we do like the dot? No way. Did that fix it? Almost. Wait, but then we just... Huh. Wait, but then I don't think I need this then, right? And then I can just do the dot. I'm so confused why this is necessary. Okay, that was not... Oh, dude, that's so weird. I don't like that. Well, can I put this up here, though? Yes, I can. Okay, I think we fixed it. So, you have to use this. If the optional chaining operator ensures that if array 3 is undefined, the expression will short circuit and return undefined immediately, avoiding any error. This is particularly useful with dealing with multidimensional arrays where the property might not always exist. That's so weird. I don't like that. I don't know if that's like normal. Like if that's the way that it should be done. Whoops. No. So I need it like this. Oh, that's so weird. But it fixes it. But see, you learn by doing, because of the fact that I actually sat with this and like didn't know what the heck to do for like 20 minutes. Now this is gonna stick with me. This might also be wrong. If anyone in here knows TypeScript and I'm like, this is like obviously wrong, then let me know. But because this seems a little ridiculous, but there's probably also a way to avoid strict typing that I don't know how to do with like an initialization or something. Okay, so see, yeah, now we're good here, right? Weird. Yeah. Okay. I'll live with it. I'll live with it. All right. So now what do we want to do? So we have the take turn. And then what we'll do, oh yeah, we were going to test the prompting, right? So we have to rebuild our thing. TypeScript. Okay, no errors, good. And then we will go live. Oh, it prompts up here. That's not what I wanted. There is a way. It's advanced. That's okay. I'm not too worried about it right now. Okay, so that's not what we wanted. Prompt in console.js. What is the freaking... Oh, yeah, okay, so that's... So it is just prompt. Alright. We'll just do that then. Yeah, exactly, Jill. But the reason why I was confused is because I explicitly defined it up here, right? So basically, the reason why I don't understand why this is necessary, if, like, why it could possibly be undefined if I defined it. Actually, wait, I defined it up here. Sorry. I defined it here, right? Line 18. I defined the board state explicitly, right? Oh, you need the type system. I see. Okay, so if I did that, then we could try that. Do, 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 do. Fixed size string array TypeScript. Yeah, Gio, I'll implement that if it works. Okay, so this as like a type though. So we would do type. So we could do it like. Would we do it as an interface or as a type? Or maybe like this. Yeah, okay, so let's try this out. So let's try interface. Board type. Let's just do board type. And then we'll say index number. Index number. This might be wrong. Index 2. Oh, is it just that? Type 1 line is... Okay. I'll try that out. Oh, I see, I see, I see, I see. Clever. So could I not just do it like this though? And then just have like it all in one declaration? Like this? Ah, okay. There we go. Okay, it's a little ugly, but it works. And then I can do this. And then what? Just fill it with... Wait, why do I need to type more? Oh, you need to type more, like literally type more. That's true. Okay. But then the only thing is you're typing more, but then you, what's it called? You minimize the number of, like, that one line type you would never need normally, right? And then I can get rid of this, right? Oh wait, what? It says objects possibly undefined still. Maybe it's because it's not, maybe because X and Y could be out of bounds? That could be. That could be. You know what? I'll just leave it with the as is for now. Okay. I'll just leave it. I'm not gonna fuss over it for too much longer here. Okay. So let's finally like take a turn. So get rid of this guy. So we'll just do prompts in the let's move. Actually, yeah, we'll say move equals prompts. Type. Or we'll, how are we gonna do this? Current turn. Turn. Type. Board coordinates. This is just temporary, just to test functionality, right? And then I forgot X at Y, which is number, can be anything, not just 1, 2, 3. Sorry for. Oh, X and Y, which is number, can be anything. Yeah, that's true. That's true, because the X and Y can be, like here I check in the set board state, I check explicitly the type, right? Or not the type, the bounds, I should say, not the type. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, I appreciate the input, Jill. You know what? Generally speaking, my thing is going to be like no backseat coding unless I ask for help. But I asked for help, so I appreciate your help. But yeah, no, because I don't think I would have come to that on my own, at least right away. It's good though, because why is static typing good? Because it lets you think about how your data is being used, and you avoid chasing silly bugs in the future by designing good data structures right the first time. And like I understand these concepts. It's just a matter of like the syntax and like what the specific, like what TypeScript specifically wants, right? Like it's kind of new to me. It's like this weird like hybrid of like JavaScript and like with like C kind of a little bit. So I don't know. Okay, so we'll get the move, and then we'll say, and then we'll strip the move of anything. Yeah, how do we? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, exactly. No, I understand what you're saying, Jill. Because I didn't check that. Although in this for loop it should have been fine, right? Like theoretically this should be fine. Yeah, you know why this is fine? Because I can't be greater than 2, right? So I can actually remove it here, right? That's, or wait, I thought maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I jumped the gun. Why is it that one line? Oh, you could do that. Okay. Yeah, okay, you know what? Jill, you're a smart man. Wait, that still doesn't work. Or wait, not 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2. Yes. Okay. Now we're cooking. Yes, 0, 1, 2, exactly. I got you. I got you. Then we explicitly type I, right? And then why? Okay, so but why is it still giving me errors on this line? I don't know why. It's not problematic with any of the other ones. Oh, because it still thinks I is a number? Even though I type checked it here. You know what you do? We can do this. We can say let I board index, and then we can say for I. Right? No? I don't know. Might need you to throw me a bone on this one too, Jill. Yeah, I'm just confused why it works for the first row, but not the second row. Right? Anyway, I'll take a 5-minute break. And chill. For a bit. So, you know, if you're if you want to grab grab a snack, maybe get a drink of water or something. Now would be a good time to do that. If you're hanging around. I'm actually gonna go hit the washer myself. So I'll be back in a minute or two. Alrighty, I have returned. Yeah, I still don't know why this one line is not working, even though the other one presumably is working. Because I's type is board index. What if I just like did a sneaky... Okay. Well, that's like a dirty fix. I don't know why that works. That fixes it for some reason. Okay. Okay. Alright. I'll leave it. Yeah, fair enough. That one, it was like the one line had I in it and it was just fine, but the other one wasn't. So I'll just leave it as is there. And then we have to check that move. Yeah, and then once we get this logic working with like the console, then we will implement it with a front end, or we'll put like a front end on it, like a interface. How many sessions do I have? Yeah, okay, so I've been through 3. I'm just gonna put my sweater on. It's a little chilly in my room. All right. Let's get back to some coding. We're on 4 out of maybe 6. I don't know how many sessions I'm gonna do. 5 or 6. I don't know. Whatever I am feeling like. Okay, so then we'll say we have to make sure the move is valid, right? So we have to filter the string for only numbers. So, and then we'll take the first number to be the x coordinate and the second one to be the y. So, I just forget how to filter. It's like a Okay, and then we'll do let input. Let's just say input. Let move string equals input dot filter char, and then we'll say move positions dot includes C. Right? No. Oh, because, okay. It has to be an array. It has to be an array. We could do a regex actually on this guy. So I think the regex for that would be zero, 1, 2. Can I just do 0 to 2 at least 2 times, right? Is that like how that is? Oh, then I have to like... Would that be the regex? I think that matches two numbers, right? and then replace it with nothing. Or actually, no, we want to keep that in. So we want to do anything that's not that, right? So regex not. Right, okay. It's the like, it's the up arrow. Circumflex. You just filter out all the numbers. Filter out anything that isn't 0 to 2. Right. Still giving me trouble, huh? Man. Okay. Now, we will just console log the move, right? Giving me trouble, man. Type string undefined is not assignable to type string. What if I just did this, huh? No more explicit typing like that. Okay. So let's go back to our thingy. I have to actually call the game manager dot start game, right? Well, what now? Oh, because I need to return it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now. We need to, let's just say like 222. Yeah, and then it printed it. Okay, that's good. And then it should also, like, if we put in some bogus value, like, okay, well that didn't work. The replacement didn't work. Regex replace all non-digits or something. Let's just see what that is. Oh, it's in the squares. I see. So we'll do like this. Right? I forget what the I means. Okay. Let's try that out. I have to recompile again. So if I just put in a bunch of, and then I put like 1, 2, it should just return 1, 2. No. Oh, because, let's try this. Bear with me. Bear with me. Still no dust, or no dice. Do you need the dot? Maybe you do. Oh, maybe I wasn't. Oh, I needed the JavaScript. I wasn't looking at the right language. That is my fault. Okay. Let's do that. God, man. Let's just try this. Let's just try it for digits. See if that works. I don't know. Oops. No. I don't know what I'm missing. Use a regular expression. This is just for my own sanity. Yeah, okay, so the regex isn't even working at all. It's not the string. It's not the string's fault. The regex is just not applying to the... Hello. JS or JS regex not working. Let's see. Oh. Is it just this? Do you even need... Maybe it doesn't need to be surrounded by... There's no shot. That's the way. That's the solution. If that's the solution, I'm gonna be mad. Oh my god. Oh. That was the solution. We don't need to wrap the regex around... It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Okay. So now this should sanitize properly. So now if we put in a bunch of numbers and then we do like, and then we have digits and then more, yeah, it's just the digits. There we go. And then now this should just be 0 to 2. Right? Okay. So then if I put in like 0, 2, 3, 4, it should just be 0, 2. Or 0, 2. Perfect. Perfect. We figured it out. Victory. I don't know why I thought you needed to put the regex in as a string. Okay, so now we have a move. So we have 2, and then I can actually make it only 2. I can cap it to 2 characters like that, right? So now only the first 2 numbers that you enter are going to be your coordinates. So if I did like 0, 2, 1, or wait, hold on, not there. If I did like 0, 2, 1, it should only take the first 2. No, okay, it didn't do that. Let's think. Oh, because maybe I need to wrap this in brackets. Like this. Maybe. That could be. No. I don't know. It's good enough. I don't think it really matters because we can just take the first 2 characters anyway. So we can say, let's say, let x position equal move 0. Then we'll say string. How do I do this? Let's see. Because the input might be empty. Or undefined. Move is possibly undefined, so we do that. All right. And then we'll do Y position. The first character. And then we'll convert the we gotta convert that to a board index, right? We can. I don't know how best to do this. I don't know if there's a way we can like typecast to the board index from string. I mean, I can certainly try. Yeah, it's gonna say expose type number is not assignable to type board index. Obviously. But I don't think I can like do this because it's not a constructor. It's not an object. Right? Okay, well at the very least we could get the number out of this guy, right? Object is possibly undefined. So do you have to do this? No. Number. Okay. Just do it that way. Okay. Now, we need to convert that to a we need to convert these to board indices, right? And then we'll say while x is less than 0, or well, let's say, then we'll keep prompting. Or x is less than 0, or x is greater than 2. Wait, would that even matter? No, because it's locked. So we'll just say, so while either of them are undefined, because the user theoretically could have. This check isn't going to really matter for when we implement the Tic Tac Toe in like the GUI, because it'll be fixed what the value returns. But for this testing, I think we're going to need it like this, right? So we'll just reprompt until we get valid x and y coordinates, right? We don't need the type. We probably also don't need the type here either. No. Okay. Okay, so now we reprompt the user until they get valid numbers, right? And then after we're done, we can just console log them. X, comma, y. Okay, let's just test that. Say like 0, 2, and then there's the move. Good. Increase this a little bit. Nice. So now we have the x and y coordinates. They're just not casted to the right type. So we need to change them from number to board type, right? So what we can do is we can say let board x board index, right? And then let board y board index. And then we can say if, and then we can check the bounds. So if x is greater than or equal to 0, and x is less than or equal to 2, and y is greater than or equal to 0, and y is less than or equal to 2. Then we set the board x and the board y equals x, board y equals y. So type number is not assignable to board index. Okay. Is there a way to typecast to a custom type? Maybe there's no way actually to do this. I don't know. Oh, I could just do as, no? Like that. I also probably want to have the types not in camel case, right? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. We'll fix that. I wasn't thinking when I created them. So we'll fix that right now. Board index. Or wait. Board index. Board index. There we go. Fixed it. Okay. And then okay, so now we have the board indices. And then also if there's like what's the last step here is to actually modify the board, right? At the position. So now once we've gotten to this point, we know that the board X and the board Y are valid numbers between 0 and 2. So we can update the board state, right? If it's empty. So we can say let current board state equals board dot get board state at board X board Y. Actually, fine. Be that way. All right. 5-minute break. So this current board state might be, and then we'll say the current board state is also of board type, right? Get board state as board type. Why? Oh, because it's only returning. Okay, it's only returning a string. Or I'll say board or board position state. It's a string. Okay. Do I need the as string here? I might not. No. Okay. Nice. Okay. And then, so if it's an empty string, then we update it. Right? So if the board position state is an empty string and it's not undefined, then we update it. Otherwise, we just return. And then we'll test that function. Oh, and then we have to flip the turn. Right? We have to toggle whose turn it is. We also have to check for a win as well. So we can do all of those things. This take turn function is kind of performing a lot of functions. We can probably refactor this to be nicer and then have some private functions within this singleton. Well, I'm calling it a singleton, but it's a module. Oh, right on. You have to learn while doing. That's the only real, in my opinion, that's the way to learn. Also, what should I call you? 99. I'll just refer to you as 99. CHVAR. Yeah. It's better to learn while doing, yeah, just tutorial hell. What you do is you sit there and you follow the tutorial, right? And you're like, okay, I'm coding, look at me. And then the tutorial ends and you're like, damn, I don't remember anything I just did, right? Because you didn't actually do anything. You just kind of copied, right? So I'm just sitting here struggling through TypeScript. It's giving me a lot of trouble, but that's okay. You know what we can do? Actually, we can make this better. We can do let input, let move. And then let x, let y, right? We can just declare these, and then this while loop will run. Kind of, there we go. That's a little nicer. It's a little nicer. Because x and y will be undefined to begin with, so then this loop will run at least once. So, yeah. Actually, yeah, no. I can't cast it to board index until I know it's in within bounds. Although, there's probably a way of checking the bounds of x and y here as well, instead of having this if statement. Right? I think that's probably a better approach. Although, you know what? I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it. I'm thinking about it too much. I'm thinking about it too much. Sorry about that. All right. Session 5. Okay. I think we'll do, what do we think? 2 more sessions or 1? Well, actually, I'll see how I feel at the end of this. At the end of this 25 minutes. And then we'll assess the how we feel. Okay. So now I need to check. We need to do another if. We need to do if board position state is not undefined. And board position state. Oh, it's probably gonna give me. It's probably gonna error out here. Right, it's probably not gonna like this. Yeah, okay, you know what? Let's refactor this then. Then what we'll say is we'll break out of this loop if, or no. While x or x is less than 0, or x is greater than 2, or y is less than 0, or y is greater than 2. Right? And then we can do, let's just comment this out for a second. Equals x as board index, right? Nice. And then we do I don't think this is necessary. Okay. And then we can, okay, so if it's not undefined and it's empty, then we update it, right? So we'll do board.set board state at board X, board Y of the current turn, right? And then we also have to check for win in here, right? So we have to do board. So we'll say let win is win equal board dot check win. For current turn, because obviously, because you can only win after taking a turn, right? So, okay. And then we'll say if is win. Then we will yeah, this should have coverage. I think this will be fine. Okay. And then if is win, then we do an alert. And then we'll say who won. So we'll say like X, or not X, current turn wins. And then we will, we'll just end it. We'll just end it there. And then we'll return out. Otherwise, we will initiate, or we'll flip the turn. So current turn equals current turn equals X. O, otherwise X, right? So we'll toggle the turn. And then we'll call the function again. So take turn. So that should work. This if statement should always be called. And if it isn't, then we'll just return. So if for some reason, oh wait, actually no we won't. No we won't. Am I kidding? This actually can't just be in here. What we have to do, I forgot to check whether it's an invalid move, right? So we have to check whether it's an invalid move in the sense that the position is taken, right? And then we have to go through this whole rigmarole again. So if it is a valid, you know what we'll do? If it isn't a valid move, we'll just call current turn. Regardless of what happens. Or not current turn, jeez. Take turn. Because if it's not a invalid move, or sorry, if it is an invalid move, so if it was a valid set of coordinates, but it was an invalid move in the sense that there was already an X or an O in that position, it'll just start from the top of the function again, right? And then else, and we only want to toggle the turn if it was a valid move. Because if it wasn't a valid move, we want to keep whoever entered the invalid move on their turn until they make a valid move. Right? I don't know if you are following. I think it's not that hard. So we'll toggle it here. We'll just alert saying that move invalid or something, right? Cool. So then this should just play one game and then exit, because when we return here, that should just end the infinite loop of taking turns, right? I think that logic works. Let's like clean this up a little bit. Make this look a little nicer. It's fine. Okay. So I think it's ready to test. You know what's funny is we don't actually even need this player object, I don't think. We'll leave it out for now. Oops. Just by the way I implemented it, we don't really need it. Again, kind of doing this completely on the fly, right? So I'm not, I didn't really plan out like a diagram or anything about like how I was going to structure this. I kind of just winged it. But you know, that's the way we roll. So if we type in nothing, it should, okay, so it didn't like that. We could do an early catch here. We can say that if input undefined, then continue. I just wanted to see what would happen if I didn't input anything. Interesting. Or is the input just empty? I don't know. We'll do error. We'll do error edge cases after. I'm not too concerned about it. Okay, so now if we put in like, let's put x at 1, 1. Okay, so x is at 1, 1. We got to kind of hold this in our head a little bit. And then we'll put 0 at like, or o at 0, 0. And then we'll put x at 2, 1, which will be like the middle right. And then we'll block with O, so we'll do 0, 1. And then we'll put X at like 1, 2. And then O at 0, 2. And that should win for O. Yeah. Cool. I think that works. And we'll do like one more. We'll do one more. Oh, and then if there's a tie, we have to do ties as well, right? We can check, we can have another function for checking ties. Because we could get into an infinite loop, right? So we'll just do a double for loop here. What? What is the problem? Did I spell this wrong? Board index only refers to a type that's being used as value. Oh, let. That's why. Okay. I is less than 3. I plus plus 4. Let j board index. Actually, I'll do x and y for consistency. If board state xy equals this. Oh, are you gonna yell at me again? Man. Okay, well. We want to return true. So if the board is full, right? If the board is full of values, we want to return true, because no value will be empty. So as soon as we find an empty space, that means there is a possible location. So if there is an empty space, then there's no tie yet. Otherwise, we return true. So after we check for a win, if there's no win, then we need to check for a tie. There's that logic. We actually don't need this as an else if. It can just be another if, like this. And we could probably like one line this to make it cleaner. Right? So, okay. And then, yeah. So we can simulate a game that will be a tie to see if that works. So I have to think about that. So we'll start with x in the, we'll just alternate them. So we'll go 0, 0 for x. And then we'll go 1, 0 for O, and then 2, 0, and then 1, 0, I think, or no, 0, 1. We just alternate them. Oh no, that won't work because then, okay, let me think about how to make this not, how to make this a tie. So we have x, O, x at the top. So then O needs to be in the middle. So it's O's turn. So then O needs to be in the middle. And then x can be at the bottom middle. So that's 2, 1. No. 1, 2. Okay. And then just, I don't think it matters. let's see. So we have XOX and then OX. XOX, It'd be easy if I wrote this down, but I'm just trying to like do it in my head, like mental gymnastics. Yeah, so we put X to either side. So we'll do 0, 1 for X. And then 2, 1. Or that was O, I guess. Let's just hope this is a tie. We'll do O is in the bottom left, so 0, 2. And then 2, 2. Oh wait, maybe X did win. X might have won. Okay, let's just like look up tie. So I can like be sane about this. Okay. OXO, X, okay. It'd be easier if I had a visualization, but that's okay. So it was OXO, so we'll start with X in the middle, and then we'll do O in the top left, and then X at 10, or 1, 0, and then O at 2, 0. Okay, so we have these three. Then we have X at 0, 1. And then we have O at 2, 1. Then we have X at 0, 2. And we have O at 1, 2. And then X at 2, 2. So that's a tie. Perfect. All right, the tie worked as well. So I think that is all the logic done for my game. We don't need the player object. We also don't check against move positions either, so we don't need that. So cool. All right. We can implement, now we have everything we need, I think, to implement the interface. So I think what we'll do is we'll spend the rest of this stream, I guess, building out an interface. And then we will, tomorrow we'll put the back end and the front end together so that this back end state management can interact with the front end. So I'll just comment this out for now so that it doesn't start a game every time we refresh. And actually, no, I won't. I'll commit first. Add game backend game logic, Tic Tac Toe game logic. Uses IIFE modules for game manager and board objects. Nice. And then we'll push it. Might as well. Cool. All right. So now let's think about what we want on the front end, right? So we want our header, so we could do like we can do a header and a footer. Footer text, and then created by itmanbanana 2026. And then in the header, and then we could do like the main container. Main container. Actually, let's just do game. Do the main game. Game container. Oh wait. We will comment this out. Okay. Just for now. Okay. So in the header, we want a header title. We'll say Odin Tic Tac Toe. And then a maybe we'll just leave it at that for now. Oh, because I didn't compile this. Right. Okay. And then we just need a grid of buttons, don't we? That's basically it. We just need a grid of buttons. And then like a little message, a little like dialogue, not dialogue, but like a turn notification text, right? So it'll say whose turn it is when the game's not over, and then it'll announce a winner or a tie when the game's finished. Right? So we'll do game board. So we'll have the board first. And we could also have like a reset game button too, right? So, okay. Let's see. I don't actually know. Let's read the project specification again. So we'll do steps for allow players to put in their names, include a button to restart the game, and a display element that shows the results upon the game end. Okay, so we'll add that in there too. Cool. Alright, 5-minute break. And then, I'll do one more session. I think I'll do one more session. Maybe get the front end like kind of sketched out, and then we can have the front end sketched out by the end of tonight, and then we can integrate the front end and the back end so that the game actually is playable, and then we'll polish the front end and then publish it. And then after that, we've got a bunch of reading. I'm not sure for the Webpack section whether I'm going to skip it. I might do Vite instead of Webpack. Right. So. Okay. Maybe I should get like a thumbnail for my streams or something. I don't know what we feeling. Okay, so we need like a... I'll just wait for this 1 minute to go. I hope everyone's having a good Tuesday evening. Oops. Alright, there we go. Last 25 minutes for tonight. Okay, so we want to have a place for the people to put their names. So we'll do like... Let's call this like container, and we'll say... names, turn names, just names maybe, and then we'll have, I don't think we need to have it as like a, we don't really need to have it as like a form specifically, right? So we can just do label player player X player X. Okay. And we'll do the input. ID player X, name player X. We actually don't need that. Value, we'll set a default value of player 1 or something. I don't know. And player O. And we'll set the default value to be player 2. And then in the game board, we'll do a grid of buttons. So we'll say, well, we can, each button can have, I'm trying to think about how to do this. Because we need some way to, when the player picks, when a player clicks a button, we have to know what coordinate it's at, right? So what we could do is we could just have it as a class. We'd have the class as a number. Like almost like a ternary number, like 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. And then that class gets parsed. Right? Or even, no, I could even have it as a custom attribute. I could even do like a, I could do like a button, and then like, we'll say class equals like game button, and then data XY maybe, or board coordinates, or data coordinate maybe. And then we'll just have it like that ternary number. So this will be like the top left button, right? And then we'll have it be empty to start. And then we'll just copy paste 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it'll go from yeah, go from top to bottom, or no, left to right, top to bottom. And then we'll have this as a CS grid, right? Yeah, so the game board will be a CS grid, and then we'll do names, or game names. And we'll do game settings. It wouldn't even be settings. I guess it would be. And we'll have two buttons below that where you can, maybe just one button. Game board button. Game restart button. And then we'll also have a div game status, which will show the turn, right? So we'll just fill it with dummy text. We'll just say X's turn, even though that's not. We need to change this, right? We'll just do that for sake of formatting. Then we'll do like a game names text or something. Enter player names. I think that's all I think that's all the markdown we need, right? HTML, I think that's it. I mean, obviously we need to style this because it looks like crap. But we can add in some preliminary styles right now. Right, so let's do that. Let's say font family. Just do like system UI. I don't care. Font size 16 pixels. Better. Padding 0. Margin 0. Box sizing. There we go. Okay, let's fix the game board for actually. We could make the body a flex container. Flex direction column. Justify content center. Align item center. There we go. And then we could also have these, the game names be flex as well. Actually, first we'll do the game board. We'll do the game board first. Do display grid. Grid templates. Okay, there's our grid. And we could give it a height too. You can say like the min height is like 25% of the vertical height. Maybe 50%. Yeah, so auto won't do anything because we do auto, but then we can, for the game board buttons, we can set the height to be, or aspect ratio to be 1:1, right? So now they're squares. And so the grid should be the grid should be that size. Game board. Yeah, okay. So the game board is, yeah, covers that whole area. So that works. We probably also want to add some gaps to these buttons, right? So we'll say gap of like 1 rem maybe. Yeah. Sure. And we'll also add some padding around the game board too. Sure. So I've got our game. Do a min height of 100 VH here, so that the footer goes to the actually that's not what I wanted it to do. Oh, but then a line item space between, no, justify content space between, or yeah, perfect, nice. Okay. But then we want the header to have a margin top of like 2 rem maybe. And then the footer to have a margin bottom 2 rem. And then we'll do the header text title. Yeah. Font size. Font weight. Bold. Maybe like 3. It's a little big. 2.5. Yeah. And then we'll fix the styling for the for the names and the settings, right? Okay, just a second. Sorry about that. Okay. So we want to make the player name inputs stacked on column, like by column. So we'll do a flex box for this and for this too. We'll do a flex box for that as well. So we'll do game names. I think it was game names, right? Yeah. Display flex, flex flow, or flex direction column. Oh, I screwed this up somehow. Oh, because I see. Because the width of the game board is dependent on the top, right? So we'll say game board min width of like 50, right? Not, it's too little, like 20 maybe. Yeah, that's better. Max width, and then we'll do min width. Actually, we'll just say width. Say width. Okay. And we want to add a gap on these guys, right? So a gap of like 0.5. Oh, and then we'll put these in their own container. Name, game, name, row, input. Yeah. Okay, good. Now that looks nice. Then we'll do game names, text, font size 1.5, font weight 600 maybe. Do like, there we go. game names inputs. We'll say the font size is 1 rem. I don't even know what the default is, but I like that. Can we set width in characters here? It's like 20 characters. Huh. That's interesting. And then we'll like we'll cap the number of characters. So let's say max length is 20. 20, yeah. Kind of want these to be like in a nice grid as well. Grid. So we'll do names grid, display grid, grid templates, say repeat. Actually no, we'll do like 1FR, 2FR, and 1FR. Or no, if we want one row to be, or one column to be this is rows, right? So then 1FR, 2FR here. What did I do? Oh, because, okay. Game names text, game names input. Wait. Oh, it's overflowing, I see. Game name input. Game names. I don't want a grid in there. I want. I don't know. This is rows then columns, right? So if we have 2 rows, 1FR. Oh, because I didn't save this. That's why. That fixed it. That fixed it. I was all confused and I realized I didn't say. Okay. Okay. Let's add a gap. There. It's kind of nice. And then margin bottom. No. It's good enough. actually, what was the align, justify content, justify items center? No, align items. That's better. Okay. Good. So now they should be centered, right? Yes. Centered in that grid. Okay, good. And then we'll deal with this little guy down here, which is the game settings, right? We'll just flexbox it. Max width, or just width, is like 50%. 30. The gap. And then I can also center it too. Do like an align items center. Oops. Justify content. Oh, because the width, I see. That's what we want, okay. Game reset button. Padding. Restart button. How's it going, Dale? .25 run on the top, and then like, yeah. All right. I think that'll do it for like basic styling for tonight. So I'll just make that commit, and then I think I'm gonna end stream. We've been going for like over 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours, 6 minutes. So I'll just make the commit. So we'll say, yeah. Add front end markdown and basic styling. Formatting, really. Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah, so I'm doing, it's not my, I mean, I guess it's technically a personal project, but it's a project for, the Odin Project, curriculum. It's like an exercise project, essentially. And, I don't know if you're familiar with the, Odin Project, Dale. But it's like basically a, it's a open source free web development curriculum. Yep. Cool. Yeah, so I'm just working my way through the Odin project to start this like learning journey, I guess. So we're doing the Tic Tac Toe project here. And earlier in the stream, I don't know if you were here, I'm assuming not, we implemented a backend in TypeScript. And in this backend, we're going to hook into this front end next time. So, yeah. Because I've been going now for over 3 hours and it's getting late. So If you want to stick around and follow my journey, I would implore you to subscribe if you want, but you don't have to. And also, we have a Discord that's brand new. That I don't know how that's gonna work out, but we're gonna see. So yeah, our oh, you did you do the Odin project, you mean? I think it's pretty good. Oh, right on. So, are you just like, are you just starting out on like the fundamentals course? Like the foundations? Or were you on to the intermediate? Because, I actually, on my channel, I started right from the beginning. I started, like, if you go to day 1 of these streams, I started right at the beginning of the foundations. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So you can see like my entire journey up to this point. I've documented every single minute that I've worked on the Odin project on stream. Which, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a good release after work. I kind of have fun doing this stuff. So, yeah. That's totally fair, Dale. Totally fair. HTML, though, like, once you get, like, reacquainted with it, it's really easy. It's basically, like, it's just tags, right, and structure. Like, it's nothing crazy. Like, if you already know CSS, you're well ahead of the game. Because CSS, I find, can be trickier in some sense. Knowing all of the, like the flexbox, how the flexbox behaves, and like how CSS grid behaves, and all of these things, they can be kind of challenging. So, the other thing I'm doing too that I should mention is this course, the Odin Project, has you doing JavaScript, right? I mean, assuming you don't go to the Ruby curriculum. But I do TypeScript. I'm doing it in TypeScript because I want to challenge myself. So, anyway, yeah. So, if you want to stick around, Dale, feel free to subscribe. I'll be live tomorrow. You can catch me or maybe at a better time, because it's kind of like the end of the stream. But it was nice. It was nice chatting. Also, if you want to join the Discord, here's the link too. So you don't have to. It's totally optional. If Nightbot will wake up, let's see. There we go. Yeah, totally optional. But yeah, if you want to be a part of this community, I would be happy to have you. And we've got a little tiny, tight-knit community of like-minded learning developers. So, yeah. Hopefully I'll see you around soon, and yeah, I'll catch you guys.